Mr. Halls, with respect to the only count in this criminal information, negligent use of a deadly weapon, unsafe handling, occurring on or about October 2021 in October 21st, 2021 in Santa Fe County, New Mexico. How do you wish to plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right. I find that there is a factual basis, and the no contest plea is accepted and entered. Anything prior to sentencing?
We would ask the court to impose a suspended sentence. Obviously, this was a very serious incident. A young woman lost her life. There were obvious safety issues on this set before October 21st, and Mr. Halls was, as the court knows, the safety coordinator on set. For that reason, we would ask for a suspended sentence. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Torraco.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. One of the things that would be litigated if this case were to go to trial is what is the role of the safety coordinator. And we deny that it's the role of the safety coordinator that he is in charge of safety. If the people handling the firearms are negligent, he can't control how other people handle firearms. What he can do and what he was supposed to do is have safety meetings and trainings and make sure that people are aware that there are firearms on set, that there's horses on set, that people need to stay hydrated, that there's rattlesnakes in the area, things like that. But he doesn't have control over how individual people handle things. And he was not the supervisor of the people who handled the firearms that did discharge. So we tend to disagree with some of those facts about what the role is regarding the safety coordinator. Nonetheless, when Ms. Gutierrez-Reed brought the firearm into the on set into the church, he did check the firearm. When he is checking for a firearm at that point in time, he's checking to see if there are blanks or dummy rounds in the firearm. Never in anyone's wildest dreams, never in anyone's imagination did anyone think that there could possibly be a live round in the firearm. Mr. Halls does not handle firearms. He does not like firearms. His job is not to handle firearms. And so when checking the firearm, he wouldn't have even thought that there was a live round in that gun. So in his mind, he was checking for dummy rounds or blanks. And he, like many others, is extremely traumatized and just, rattled with guilt and so many other feelings of, what could I have done better? How could I have changed things? The no contest plea, we're trying to come in early. We're trying to make things, Mr. Hall specifically said, make things easier for the family, make things easier for the co-defendants who have to be going through these same kind of feelings of, what could I have done better? How could I have handled things better? The same kind of survivor's guilt, I think is what I would best call it. And I think the biggest thing is the focus on the Hutchins family is Mr. Halls is like, I want to get this over with. Everybody needs to start processing and moving on. And we feel like one way that he can do that and not make this any more painful than it absolutely has to be is to come in early to address it with the court and to close his case. And in light of those circumstances and the tremendous amount of reflection that my client has for the Hutchins family and for the survivors of the Hutchins family, and then also for the director, Joel Souza, is to come in, close his case, take the consequences as they come, and let everyone move on. And so in light of that, we ask that you give him a deferred sentence. He's happy to do any conditions that the court would have over the next period of time. And he's happy to cooperate either with the co-defendants or with the state, whoever needs any of his insight or testimony that might be needed as this case moves on to fruition. So, I just want to emphasize to the court, Mr. Halls was in a lot of pain and a lot of trauma. He was 3 feet from Ms. Hutchins when the firearm went off. No one expected this. This was not even foreseeable. And we would just implore the court to allow him the opportunity to have the deferred sentence. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Anything else before sentencing?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right.
And I don't think Mr. Halls is able to address the court, but thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Halls, this is going to be your sentence. I appreciate Ms. Torraco's summation of your position and what you were required to do and what you were not required to do. However, I do think that a no contest plea, unsupervised probation is certainly giving some consideration to, a lot of consideration to what Ms. Torraco was talking about with respect to your position. I'm not persuaded that a deferred sentence is appropriate for you in this case. So you are sentenced as follows. You are sentenced to 6 months of incarceration. I'm hereby suspending that and placing you on unsupervised probation. In addition to the standard conditions of unsupervised probation are that as follows. You will agree that you will testify truthfully in all hearings, trials, or settings involving any and all defendants and co-defendants in this matter. You're going to pay a $500 fine. You shall participate in a firearm safety course and present proof of completion to the district attorney within 60 days of the acceptance of this plea. You agree to take responsibility for your actions or inactions. You shall obey all federal, state, and local laws or ordinances criminal. Defendant, you shall not possess or use any alcohol or controlled substance without a valid prescription. You shall complete 24 hours of community services. You shall have no contact with any potential witnesses or co-defendants in this case. All right, and then the state reserves the right to withdraw this plea and prosecute any and all charges supported by probable cause if you violate the terms and conditions of this plea agreement, fail to testify at any hearing in the criminal matters, commit a new offense, fail to abide by conditions of release pending sentencing, fail to appear at any scheduled court hearings, or violate any terms and or conditions of unsupervised probation. So is there anything else, counsel, that I may have missed or that you wish to confirm on the record?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, you're on mute, Ms. Torraco.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. There's nothing further.
Okay. All right, Mr. Halls. Thank you. We are in recess in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.